In this video, we are going to learn about simple probability, especially on how to solve problems involving the probability of an event. Probability entails things that only sometimes could happen. In the real world, things are not always so predictable. For example, a coin toss. We cannot predict whether it will be heads or tails. Another example is rolling a dice. We are uncertain on which number we will get. We could get 1, 2, 3, or maybe 6. The outcomes is vary for rolling a dice. Hence, the outcomes for both cases are unpredictable or random.
There are 4 steps in solving problems regarding simple probability. The first one is understand the problem, the second one is planning the strategy, the third one is implementing the strategy, and the last one is make a conclusion.
The first step is to understand the problem. In order to understand the problem given, you need to identify the necessary underlying mathematical concepts. Consider the notation and terminology used in the problem, such as what sort of a problem is it? What is being asked? What do the terms mean? Is there enough information or is more information needed? What is known or unknown? This step is crucial as it is a preparation for the next step.
After you're done with the first step, which is understand the problem, then we need to move on to the second step, that approach to problem solving. The second step is planning a strategy. By a planning strategy, it will help us sharpen the direction and focus to encounter the problem. I will show you some trick or possible strategy to use. Firstly, by draw a picture. Second, use a variable and choose helpful name for variable or unknowns. 3. Be systematic. Number 4. Solve a simpler version of the problem. And number 5. Look for a pattern. And lastly, make a list. If you are stumped or stuck, set the problem aside for a while. Your subconscious mind may keep working on it. Moving on to think about other things may help you stay relaxed, flexible, creative, rather than become tense, frustrated, and forced in your effort to solve the problem.
So next is implementing the plan. Once you have an idea for a new approach, jot it down immediately. When you have time, try it out and see if it leads to a solution. If the plan does not seem to be working, then start over and try another approach. Often the first approach does not work. Do not worry, just because an approach does not work, it does not mean you did it wrongly. You actually accomplished something. Knowing a way does not work is the part of the process of elimination. Once you have thought about a problem or returned to it enough times, you will often a flash of insight, a new idea, try a new perspective on how to approach solving the problem. The key is to keep trying until some things work.
Now, we already at the last step, which is conclusion. How to write a conclusion. Before we learn how to write conclusion, I would like to let you know what is the importance of the conclusion. First important is to help you clarify or justify your answer for each question. And second important thing about conclusion is it can help the examiner to find your answer easier. That is the two important things of conclusion. Now we move to how to write the conclusion. To write a conclusion, you need answer. Before you can move to the conclusion, you need the answer for each question. Then you can move to the conclusion. Because in the conclusion, you have two important things, which is question and answer. In a conclusion, you need to write a sentence by combining question and answer. Let's see the example on how to write a complete conclusion by using both question and answer. For example, the question is how much money spent by Ali in a month? And the answer for the question is RM2,450 ringgit. So by using both information, which is question and answer, you can write a complete conclusion. You need to take the statement for the question and the answer to write a complete conclusion. So the conclusion will be money spent by Ali in a month is RM2,450 ringgit. You can see there is a statement for the question and the answer. So with these two things, you can write a complete conclusion. Later we will learn or we will see how to write a complete conclusion from the real question.
Hi. To test your understanding, let's do one question. This is so easy question, okay? Let's go. The question is, Liu put 9 balls into 3 boxes, such that each box contained a blue ball, a red ball, and a yellow ball. Then, Liu take a random ball out of each box. Find the probability that Liu takes out. A. 3 yellow balls. B. 3 balls of different colors. And C. At least 1 red ball. Let's do together.
First thing first, let's identify the necessary underlying mathematical concepts in the question. From the question, we know that there are 3 boxes: box 1, box 2, and box 3. In each boxes, there are 3 balls with different colors: a blue ball, a red ball, and a yellow ball. Subsequently, Liu takes at random 1 ball out of each box. He takes out the first ball from box 1, the second ball from box 2, and the third ball from the box 3. The question wants the probability of Liu taking out 3 yellow balls. Hence, the notation that we will be using for the first question is probability of 3 yellow balls, which is P in bracket Y, Y, Y. Question B is the probability of 3 balls of different colors. So, the notation that we should use is probability blue, red, yellow, probability blue, yellow, red, probability red, blue, yellow, probability red, yellow, blue, probability yellow, blue, red, and probability yellow, red, blue. Last question is we need to find the probability of at least 1 red ball. At least here means it can be only 1 red ball in the outcome, 2 red balls, or even 3 red balls. Moreover, from the question, there is enough information. So, what kind of method can we use to solve this question?
What's that we need to use now? Yes, we need to plan the strategy. Before that, we need to know the formula that is suitable to be used to answer the question. The number of possible outcomes is represented by n bracket s, and the number of an event is represented by n bracket a. So, the probability of an event is represented by P bracket A equal to N bracket A divided by N bracket S. This is the right formula to give solution for this question. Please bear in mind that probability is equal to event over sample space. It is very important while we want to find the answer later. D. Based on the question, I think I will use tree diagram to help me to solve this question. As the tree diagram can help us to calculate the number of possible outcomes of an event or problem and to cite those potential outcomes in organized way. As you can see from this tree diagram, why we use tree level? Because every level is indicating every boxes that contain ball. Firstly, we need to draw a tree diagram. And when we refer to the question asks you take the random ball for each boxes means you will take 3 balls in total. At first boxes or level, you pick first ball and same goes to others level. You will pick second ball at the second level and lastly pick the third ball at the third level. Since each box contains blue, red and yellow ball, we write B as a blue, R as a red and Y as the yellow at the first level. And it also same goes when we write at the second level and third level. After we complete the tree diagram, it will be easy for us to solve the question. From this tree diagram, how can we find the outcome of each event? What is the next step? Let's go.
Alright, thank you Azam. After we form the tree diagram, actually we already can find the outcomes of each event. Before that, we need to rewrite the outcomes specifically. We need to rewrite one by one. For example, for the first row, we take blue ball from the first box, blue ball from the second box, and also blue ball from the third box. So we will write it as B, B, B. For the second row, we will take blue ball from the first box, blue ball from the second box, and red ball from the third box. So we will write it as BBR. Same goes to all other remaining events and combination. So our tree diagram is already complete and we can start to find the answer from the question. Based on the tree diagram, we can know that the sample space S is the total of combination, which is 27. Based on the formula that Azam stated earlier while we were planning the strategy, probability is equal to event over sample space. So, for the first question that asks us the probability that Liu takes out 3 yellow balls, which is yellow, yellow, and yellow. How many outcomes that contain Y, Y, Y? Just one, right? So we write it 1. Then it must over with the number of space, which is the all total combination, 27. So the total probability that Liu takes out 3 yellow is 1 over 27. The second question asks us the probability that Liu takes out 3 balls with different colors. So how many combinations that have different colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it is over the sample space. In other words, 6 over 27, we can simplify it to 2 over 9. The last question asks us to find the probability that Liu takes out at least 1 red ball. So that means can be 1 red ball, 2 red balls and 3 red balls. So you can count it and the total is there are 19 combinations of it. So we must write 19 over the sample spaces, right? So the answer is 19 over 27.
Now, we move to the last step. Did you already get the answer for each question? Okay, good. When you already get the answer for each question, then we can proceed to the last step, which is conclusion. Because in conclusion, like I said before, we need two important things, which is question and answer. That's right. So the first question, or question A, is probability that you take out 3 yellow balls. So that is the question, and the answer that you get is 1/37. So combine both of the question and answer, you will get the conclusion, which is probability that you take out 3 yellow balls is 1/37. Okay, now move to the question B. The question B asks the probability that you take out 3 balls of different color, right? So what is your answer? Okay, combine your answer with the question, and then we can get the conclusion, which is probability that you take out 3 balls of different color is 2/9. Now move to the question C. Question C asks probability that you take out at least 1 red ball. By combining question and answer, you will get the conclusion for question C, which is probability that you take out at least one red ball is 19/27. That is how you write the conclusion from the real question. Do you get it? So now we already at the end of the lesson. So for the completion of the lesson, we will make a flow map. So the first step that you already learned today is understand the problem, right? Then when you already understand the problem, you need to planning a strategy. After you plan all the strategy that you will use in completing the question, you need to implementing the strategy. After that, you already get the answer of the question. Then you can move to the last step, which is conclusion. That's all from us. Thank you.